The president gives the Medal of Freedom, which is supposed to be a happy occasion, to Elvis Presley, posthumously, of course. And this gentleman, Chris Richards, writes in the Washington Post, a little nod to the good old days, back when black visionaries could invent rock and roll, but only a white man could become the king. Jessica, can't we just give a medal to Elvis Presley, king of rock and roll, without it becoming a controversy?
Yeah, I actually think that this critic from the Washington Post was pretty far out on the limb here. I think there are a lot of things that go on in this administration and from President Trump where you can have legitimate conversations about whether it had racial undertones or overt racist overtones, I guess I should say then. But this one, I am all for Elvis Presley in the medal.
You know, I think, this kind of leads to a bigger conversation to me about, you would be very hard-pressed to maybe find an American hero that does not have a tattered past in some sort of way. I mean, you can take Abraham Lincoln, for instance. Yes, he freed the slaves, but at the same time, he thought that people that look like me should not be allowed to vote or hold public office. So it just goes to this notion that in America, you can be considered a racist or you can dabble in racism and still be a hero. Now, as far as Elvis, James Brown and B.B. King said a lot of positive things about Elvis. And so, I just think there's bigger issues right now. And I don't think that, I'm going to lose anything as a result of Elvis getting the Medal of Freedom. I just really don't.
I'm pretty sure, President Trump has said I could cure cancer and people would still criticize me for it. And that is absolutely true with President Trump. He can't do anything without being criticized. You look at the list of people that he chose to reward. You look at Elvis, who's the king of rock, Babe Ruth, one of the greatest baseball players of all time, Antonin Scalia, one of the most revered Supreme Court justices, unanimously confirmed at the time. So Miriam Adelson, even, who he's been criticized for taking,
right?
She deserves it. Tom Hanks, Ellen DeGeneres were all donors of President Obama.
I thought rich donors just got ambassadorships, though, Lisa. Now they're getting presidential medals.
She is a doctor who has dedicated her life to fighting substance abuse and helping people who have those problems. So she has done a lot of good in this world as well. So people make so much over everything with this.
What did Elvis do?
He's the king of rock. He shaped music
These
for
medals,
a
to be
long
fair,
time.
often are about cultural achievement.
It was a lot of cultural appropriation with his music as well.
Cultural contributions are part of what is considered for the presidential medal.
Scalia's wife.
What did he say?
About how many kids they had, and it was like the weird,
he wanted to say they had a big family.
Yeah.
Jessica, Rochelle, Lisa, thanks for coming in.